They say never mix family and business. I should have listened, but I never expected my sister-in-law to go so far or to forget who my father was. I'm Olivia Chen, founder and CEO of SecureFlow, a cybersecurity company I built from the ground up. My brother David married Catherine Williams 5 years ago, and that's when my problems really began. Catherine came from old money and never let anyone forget it. She couldn't understand why I'd want to work when I could just marry well like she did. The fact that my company was becoming successful seemed to personally offend her. "It's cute that you play with computers," she'd say at family gatherings, "but wouldn't you rather focus on finding a husband?" What Catherine didn't know, what almost no one knew, was that my father, Richard Chen, wasn't just a successful businessman. He was the chairman of the Securities and Exchange Commission. We kept it quiet to avoid any appearance of favoritism in my business dealings. I wanted to succeed on my own merits. Dad understood. He'd taught me the value of hard work and integrity from an early age. "Success means nothing if you don't earn it honestly," he always said. SecureFlow started in my garage with just me and 2 laptops. Through years of hard work, it grew into a company valued at over $100 million, with contracts from major corporations and government agencies. We specialized in protecting sensitive data, something that would become ironically relevant later. Catherine's attitude changed when she realized how valuable SecureFlow had become. Suddenly, she was very interested in my little computer company. She started showing up at my office unannounced, asking questions about our contracts and corporate structure. "I'm just trying to understand the family business better," she'd say with a smile that never reached her eyes. I should have seen it coming. The first sign of trouble came when one of our bank officers called about unusual activity on our corporate accounts. Someone had attempted to change the authorized signatories using documentation I'd never seen. The papers appeared legitimate, the bank officer explained, but something seemed off about the signatures. A quick investigation revealed similar attempts at other banks where SecureFlow held accounts. All used forged documents with surprisingly good replicas of my signature. I hired a private investigator who traced the attempts back to a law firm known for aggressive corporate takeovers, the same firm where Catherine's brother worked as a partner. Still, I had no solid proof of Catherine's involvement. Then she made her big move. I arrived at the office one morning to find the locks changed and a cease and desist letter taped to the door. According to the documents, I had signed over controlling interest in SecureFlow to Catherine 3 months ago. The forgeries were impressive. They included board meeting minutes, transfer agreements, and even personal emails that appeared to show me agreeing to the transfer due to health issues that made me unable to continue leading the company. Catherine was waiting in my office, my former office, according to her, with her brother Thomas and their legal team. "Don't make this harder than it needs to be," she said, examining her manicured nails. "The documents are all legal. SecureFlow is mine now." I looked at the stack of forged papers on my desk. "Did you really think you'd get away with this?" "Get away with what?" She smiled. "You signed everything over to me. It's all perfectly documented. Those signatures are forged." "Prove it." Her smile widened. "By the time you do, I'll have changed everything. New board, new management, new direction for the company. It'll be too late." She was right about one thing: a normal legal challenge would take months or years to resolve. By then, she could strip the company bare. But Catherine had made 2 crucial mistakes. First, she'd forgotten what SecureFlow actually did. We were a cybersecurity company. Did she really think we didn't have records of every email, every document, every digital transaction? Our systems tracked everything, including metadata that would prove when documents were actually created. Second, and more importantly, she had no idea who my father was. I pulled out my phone and dialed a number I rarely used. Catherine watched with amusement as I put it on speaker. "Hi Dad," I said when he answered. "Remember that favor you said I'd never ask for? I need it now." "What's wrong, Olivia?" My father's authoritative voice filled the room. "My sister-in-law and her brother have forged documents to steal SecureFlow. They're trying to take over a company that handles sensitive government contracts using fraudulent paperwork." There was a pause. When my father spoke again, his voice had changed to what we called his chairman tone. "Catherine Williams and Thomas Williams?" "Yes, sir. The same Thomas Williams who's been under SEC investigation for his role in 3 other suspicious corporate takeovers?" Catherine's smile vanished. Her brother's face went pale. "Put me on video," Dad commanded. I switched to video call and turned the phone so everyone could see the SEC chairman's face and his official office behind him. "Ms. Williams, Mr. Williams," he said formally. As chairman of the Securities and Exchange Commission, I am officially notifying you that you are under investigation for securities fraud, corporate theft, and multiple violations of federal law. Federal agents are already on their way to secure the premises and all documents. I suggest you contact your attorneys immediately. Catherine's lawyer dropped his pen, actually dropped it. Like in a movie, Thomas looked like he might faint. You can't, Catherine stammered. This is a private business matter. A private business matter involving forged documents, attempted theft of government contractors, and securities fraud. Dad corrected her. The SEC takes a very dim view of such activities. Within minutes, FBI agents arrived to secure the building and collect evidence. Catherine and Thomas were escorted out, their faces ashen. Their lawyers hurried after them, already distancing themselves from the scheme. The investigation moved quickly. The forensic evidence was overwhelming. Not only had Catherine and Thomas forged documents, but they'd also attempted to manipulate Secure Flow stock in preparation for a sale once they gained control. The metadata from our security systems proved when the documents were actually created. Security cameras showed Catherine accessing the office after hours to plant evidence. Email records revealed the entire conspiracy, including messages they thought were deleted. But the final nail in their coffin came from an unexpected source. Catherine's assistant, tired of her abusive behavior, turned over recordings of Catherine explicitly discussing the forged documents and laughing about how she would strip the company's assets once she gained control. The SEC investigation expanded to include Thomas's law firm, uncovering a pattern of similar takeover attempts. Several of his partners turned state's evidence, revealing a long-running scheme to target successful privately held companies. Catherine and Thomas were arrested 2 weeks later. The charges were severe: multiple counts of fraud, conspiracy, and attempted corporate theft. Given the involvement of government contracts, federal prosecutors were pushing for maximum sentences. David, my brother, was devastated when he learned the full extent of his wife's crimes. I had no idea, he kept saying. She always talked about wanting to be part of the family business, but I never imagined. The divorce papers were filed before Catherine's arraignment. In the end, Catherine and Thomas both took plea deals. They each got 5 years in federal prison, plus significant fines. Their law firm collapsed as clients fled the scandal. The Williams family's old money couldn't save them from disgrace. But the story didn't end there. The attempted takeover had revealed some vulnerabilities in how we handled corporate governance. With Dad's advice, we implemented new security measures and transparency protocols. Secure Flow emerged stronger than ever. We also used the experience to develop new security products specifically designed to prevent corporate theft and fraud. The irony of Catherine's attempt to steal the company actually leading to its increased success wasn't lost on anyone. A year later, I sat in my office, my real office, looking at Secure Flow's latest valuation, $500 million. The attempted takeover and subsequent publicity had actually raised our profile in the cybersecurity industry. Companies that had never heard of us were now calling for our services. Dad stopped by that afternoon, no longer needing to keep his connection to me quiet. The story of how the SEC chairman's daughter had built a successful cybersecurity company on her own merits, only revealing the connection when forced to defend against theft, had become something of a legend in business circles. You know, he said, sitting across from my desk, I always knew you'd never ask for help unless it was absolutely necessary. You wanted to succeed on your own. I did, I agreed, but I'm glad you were there when I needed you. That's what family is supposed to be, there for each other, supporting each other honestly, not trying to steal from each other. We'd heard that Catherine wasn't doing well in prison. Her family had cut her off. Embarrassed by the scandal, Thomas's legal career was over, his reputation destroyed. They'd both have to rebuild their lives from scratch when they got out. David had moved on, focusing on his medical practice and slowly returning to family gatherings. The experience had changed him, made him more appreciative of genuine relationships over superficial status. As for me, I kept working, kept building, kept innovating. Secure Flow's success continued to grow, but now I made sure everyone knew it was earned through hard work and integrity, not connections or shortcuts. The attempted takeover taught me valuable lessons about trust, family, and the importance of building strong foundations. We implemented new security measures not just in our technology, but in our corporate structure and relationships. Every new employee now hears the story of how our own security systems helped save the company from theft. It's become part of our corporate culture, a reminder that integrity and innovation are our true assets. Catherine's prison sentence will end in a few years. Sometimes I wonder if she's learned anything from this experience. The last I heard, she spends her time in the prison library, reading books about corporate law, the whether for redemption or revenge. No one knows. The Williams family's old money and influence couldn't protect Catherine and Thomas from the consequences of their actions. Their attempt to steal what they couldn't earn legitimately cost them everything they already had. Dad still chairs the SEC, continuing his work to protect honest businesses from fraud and theft. Our relationship has grown stronger, no longer needing to hide our connection. He's proud not just of my success, but of how I handled the crisis, using legal means and proper channels even when faced with criminal behavior. SecureFlow continues to evolve and grow. We've opened offices internationally, developed new security products, and built a reputation for unshakable integrity. The company that Catherine tried to steal has become something far more valuable than she ever imagined. Last week, I received a letter from Catherine's prison address. I haven't opened it. Some bridges, once burned, should stay ashes. Instead, I added it to our company archive, a reminder that success built on fraud never lasts, but success built on integrity can withstand any attack. The plaque in our lobby reads, "Security through integrity," words that now carry extra meaning for everyone who knows our story. It's a daily reminder that the best defense against theft isn't just good technology, it's good character. As for that favor I asked from Dad, it remains the only time I've ever requested his help in business. That fact has become as much a part of our company's legend as the attempted takeover itself. It stands as proof that true success comes from earning it honestly, not from exploitation or theft. Catherine tried to steal a $100 million company and ended up in prison. Meanwhile, that same company, protected by integrity and innovation, has grown to 5 times its former value. There's a lesson there about karma, about the true nature of success, and about the importance of earning what you have. In the end, Catherine's greatest gift to SecureFlow was showing us how to become even stronger, more secure, and more committed to our principles. Sometimes the worst attacks lead to the best improvements in security, in business, and in character. The company she tried to steal has become a testament to everything she lacks: integrity, innovation, and earned success. And that's something that can never be stolen, no matter how good the forgeries are.